All right, welcome back to the Jelly Cards podcast, where John and I are spreading the love of the hobby. This is episode 75. You can listen to all our episodes on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts, including YouTube now. And if you are enjoying these topics, please give us a rating and a follow on both Spotify and Apple. John, we both had to push back the recording a day, man.
Yeah, I know.
Life is just too busy.
Like we said last time, even on my days off, I have work to do. No
Yeah.
such thing as a day off anymore.
Even when it's a day off, you're running around doing so many different things, and now I can relax. We can talk sports cards. We're gonna talk Topps Mercury prices, and then our bread and jelly. We're talking MLB prospects. So I'm very excited to break down some of these MLB prospects. Give some of the viewers, some of the listeners a chance to go out there. Hopefully we'll make you some money.
Hopefully.
Don't bet on it.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. But before we get into any of that, I did want to just say, man, our thoughts and prayers out to everybody in Florida after that major Hurricane Milton coming through. My girlfriend and I, we were obviously watching some of the live coverage of it. I don't think it was as bad as what they were anticipating with the storm surges. I know obviously Tampa was one of the areas that was going to get heavily hit. I think it went south a little bit to Sarasota. So yeah, I just want to say thoughts and prayers out to everybody in Florida. I have family that lives out there. They had to evacuate. So they're fine. They're safe. But even crazy watching, seeing the videos of, man, Tropicana Field. And it was supposed to be a safe haven for first responders. Luckily, they said nobody was in there at the time, because I think they decided not to use it as a safe haven for them. But it's supposed to withstand 115-mile-an-hour winds from when I was listening on the news. And I think Hurricane Milton either tied the record or beat the record for wind.
Yeah,
I think is what they said. So
yeah. Reiterate everything you said. Horrible, scary stuff going on. I just remember, I think you're the one who sent the video in the chat. The roof was just completely torn off of the field.
I'm almost the entire roof was taken off of Tropicana Field.
Yeah, scary crap. Yeah,
really scary stuff. Yeah, and everything that roof was built, and the material that they used for the dome was supposed to be built and withstand hurricane winds like this and hurricane damage. But that just shows you how powerful this one was. But yeah, like I said, hopefully everyone's safe out in Florida. You know me, I'm a big Florida guy. I would still move there.
Well,
yeah,
I was actually going to ask you that. It's kind of like maybe we're trying to be serious, but in my head I was like, oh, maybe this will convince Jason to never move to Florida.
No, I still honestly, I mean, I think a lot of the residents just they know that that's just what they expect. That's what you get when you live. I mean, it's the same thing living in Chicago, living in the Midwest. I mean, we can have, an inch of snowfall, or we can get a foot of, yeah. I mean, it's the unfortunate part about, natural disasters like this that, we can get hit it too,
Yeah.
Exactly. There was one video of a guy I saw, and then we can get into the topic. I think it was his girlfriend recording him, and he was putting up storm shutters on his windows. And she asked him, would you rather do this or would you rather shovel snow? And he said, yeah, I'd rather do this.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, wow. No. Yeah.
It's Jason.
Yeah. But let's get into some Topps Mercury talk.
Yeah.
Because I think was it the actual release, or was it just an early release? It might have been an early release on, Wednesday, right? October 9th, I think was an early release. But some of the major pulls out of Topps Mercury already been hit. Of course, I think they were almost all breakers. But the 101 Jordan logo man has been pulled. The 101 dual auto with CJ Stroud has been pulled. And then there was another, I think a non-auto 101, Superfractor, was pulled from it too. So let me get your thoughts, because obviously the dual auto with LeBron James is still out there, or has not surfaced yet.
Yeah.
But knowing that the Logo Man has been pulled already, knowing that the CJ Stroud 101 has been pulled, how long is this set now going to be relevant? Or once the dual auto of LeBron James and Wemby, the 101 is pulled, are people still going to care this much about Topps Mercury? Because that happened very fast.
Very fast.
Like almost too fast.
Yeah, too fast. Maybe they should have held it back. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think it's going to stay relevant much longer at all. Even, I mean, first of all, like we said, I had no interest in buying into the set. I have no interest in ever buying any cards from the set. But now that the 101 Jumpman / Jordan logo is pulled, the Superfractor non-auto is pulled, and then the 101 CJ / Victor auto is pulled, all that's left, I think, in terms of like massive chases, is the LeBron / Wemby. So I guess people will still buy the boxes hunting that, but when that gets pulled, are you still interested in buying the box? Are you still going to be buying even singles from the set? I don't know. It's cool to see that these prices are hitting the market, and we kind of get a gauge of what people really want to buy the autos for and want to buy like just base cards for. So, I mean, I saw that I think the boxes themselves, once they got in hand, are selling for more than 8K. I don't know if you
I
saw
think
that
some
too.
of them are selling, I think some of them are already selling for 5 figures.
So I think that's like a good question to ask. Now that these hits are gone, would you still pay over $8,000 for the box?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing about it. I think you are guaranteed 2 autos per box. One of them is going to be an RPA.
Mm-hmm.
However, like we said, the Logo Man's gone. That's been pulled already. So you're not getting that. The 101, you're not getting that. Obviously the dual auto with LeBron, like we said, is still out there. So of course it's still going to be a major chase. People are still going to rip this box because they want to pull that card. Once that card is pulled, are you going to go to a hobby shop or anything like that? Because if hobby shops are getting these boxes in, of course, that $8,000 box is probably going to be sold for $10,000. And I think some of them are already being sold for $10K. Are the rest of the cards in this set worth enough to gain you your money back? Now, I mean, obviously, people might be cracking them. They're in really nice cases. Obviously, people are going to crack them out of the case, and they're going to send them out to get graded. So that'll be a very interesting thing once we start seeing a lot of these like PSA slabs or BGS, wherever they're sending them to. It'll be interesting to see some of these prices because, I mean, right now, sold prices just raw, they're pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, agree.
There was, so on October 9th, when the early release day, if that's what it was, just a base rookie RC of Wemby sold for $220.50. Just the base. I don't know why you would pay $220 for this base card. I mean, are you anticipating the card to double in price if you get a grade and it comes back at 10? I personally don't think so. But there was one. So October 11th, a Victor Wembanyama Topps Mercury, numbered out of 99 rookie auto, sold for $1,925. What is different about this card versus versus any other set that comes out with a Wemby, like versus like the Topps Chrome ones, like almost $2,000 for an out of 99 Wemby auto just seems ridiculously high.
Oh, just sorry to like interrupt, but doing some math here, we're not even at the punchline that if you bought this box for $8,000 and you sell this auto for $1,925, you still have another $6,000 to make up. And the base cards are going for $200. I'm assuming you get 6 base cards, so that's another $1,200. So the 2K auto plus $1,200, you're at $3,200, aka you're at negative $4,800. So not only is the price for the auto high, it's not even high enough. Is what I was trying to get at. So yeah, man, I keep going with what you were gonna say because these prices are high, and that's still not enough to pay back what you paid for the box, assuming that you got it for the 8K. What
Well,
if you got it for 10K?
well, that's my point. Like, okay, if even if you grade this card at $2,000 and it comes back at 10, is that card jumping up $8,000 just because it's a PSA 10?
Hope so for people who bought it.
Well, that's the problem. Now I have to understand if this card is going to be worth at least $10,000 into 10, because you know it's not good. If that card comes back at 9, it's not 10,000.
I agree. Nope.
And if you're banking on, I mean, if you're banking on this being your best card in the set, like your RPA wasn't big. I mean, they had another one. Now that one that I said that sold for 1,925, that was the number one draft pick card. So they're
Okay.
labeled at the top. His rookie of the year one, so same thing, numbered out of 99, RC Auto, raw, sold for $1,899.91. To me, out of 99, like these aren't even the out of fives. Like this isn't even out of 5, out of 10, which those cards are in the set too. They seem very, very high. Even non-autos are selling for $560, $402, $393. I think a lot of 2 base cards sold for $224. Numbered out of 99, just non-auto refractor of $237.50. I mean, is this just like FOMO? Are these FOMO prices? Are people just, I need one of these, I can't afford the box, so let me just get a card?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. So I think that's what's happening. I think that months from now, or even weeks from now, which is how the hobby operates, unfortunately, are these base cards going to stay at 200, 250? Are people going to still want to pay $500 for the out of 99? I don't think so. I think that they're going to go down. But like I was saying earlier, I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that the people who are buying these cards end up making even more money in the future. But as the years go on and as Topps officially gets the license, even the one-of-one LeBron Wemby out of this Topps Mercury set, when Topps eventually gets the license and they print a one-of-one LeBron Wemby in the Lakers or Cleveland or whatever uniform they want to put LeBron in, and they have Wemby in his Spurs uniform, I feel like those cards are going to start pulling past this Topps Mercury set and any sort of unlicensed set. So that's just how I feel. I feel like I said, these prices are crazy high right now. And in my opinion, it's kind of, I don't want to say pessimistic, but it's just kind of worrisome that I feel like this is their peak. I don't think that they're going to get any higher, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Are the cards that are not out of 5 and one of ones, are those cards, will even any of those cards like withstand the test of time?
I don't think so. I think they'll eventually, they're just going to eventually fall victim to all the other base cards that get pulled in a hobby.
Yeah.
End up that $220 card is going to probably end up being $20 by next year.
I know. Yeah. I hope it's not that drastic, but at least like $100 maybe.
I will give Topps credit. These cards look awesome.
Yeah, that's okay.
The cards look great, especially the RPAs. There was so this was sold today. Today's the 11th, right? Losing my mind.
Yeah, it's today.
It says it right here in front of me. This card was sold. So this is an RPA. It says it's an SP. So it's a rookie patch auto numbered out of 50. And it's sold for $3,508.
So I'm assuming that's the best hit in the...
One of the best. Like one of the best. I mean, now they do have out of 5s. And there's a lot of cards that are listed on auction right now, too. I should change it and to just see what some of the...
Yeah, I'm going to try that right now.
Well, here you go. Here's a box one. A box sold on the 10th for $9,888.
See, but that's what I mean. Like, you bought that box for, let's say,
it was scanned.
Yeah, yo, that's not a joke. Seriously, it could have been. But you bought the box for close to $10K, and your best hit out of 50 sold for 3.5, 4,000.
Well, get this. So there was another one. So I just said that one out of 50 sold for 3,508. Yesterday, there was one, a rookie patch auto, numbered out of 99, sold for $3,550. So this to me is 100% FOMO.
I agree.
This is hobbyists and collectors and investors rushing out, probably because they're not going to buy the box, and they need a card. I need one of these RPAs. So I just paid $3,550 for an out of 99, and then I look and go, damn, an out of 50 was just sold for like a few dollars more.
Yeah, a few dollars actually.
And so now, man, now I'd be panicking. I'd be like, "Uh-oh, did I just mess up?"
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I need to, because some of these prices are just, they're ridiculous. Like every single price, there is not a single card from the set that's selling under $100.
Yes. But
here's another box one sold yesterday, $10,100 on auction.
Okay.
This is how desperate people are to get a hold of these boxes. Now, is somebody buying it at $10,000? Are they ripping it, or do you think they're going to hold it?
That's the question.
Do you think that there's going to, like, I mean, eventually that dual auto's going to get pulled of him and LeBron. Everybody's ripping this box right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like except for us. But everybody right now in the hobby, more than likely, who can afford it, are ripping it. So it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that that card's going to be pulled. And I'm telling you right now, that was once $10,000 is probably going to drop below $8. Because no one's going to want to buy it.
Yeah, why? So I wanted to go back to something you said. Like, first of all, the cards do really look cool. They're really awesome looking cards. So I'll give Topps that. So when you said that, I thought to myself, like, even if you're buying it as a collector, like, if I'm collecting the cards, am I looking for these cards specifically? If I'm a Victor collector, how important to my collection are the Topps Mercury Victor cards? I don't know. I mean, I guess, but like we said before, if this is truly for the collector,
oh my God,
it should be cheaper. I've only seen one card that sold for more than $8,000 on out of these boxes, which you're paying probably $10,000 for secondhand.
There's one right now. It's live on auction. It's being sold by Blowout Cards. It is a gold refractor auto, numbered out of 50.
Okay.
And right now, so it's not even an RPA. It's got 3 hours and 4 minutes left, and it's currently at $3,975.
Okay.
What?
I don't know, man.
More than the RPA?
Sure.
I mean, I'm honestly, I think a lot of people don't really care for RPAs. Truthfully, I mean, even though, like, National Treasures and Immaculate and Flawless, all those are like heavy chases, but
right. Maybe it's like
I don't know about this.
So maybe it's like the true gold rookie card. You know, like there's the rookie of the year favorite. There's like a variation rookie auto that's a gold out of 50. Maybe that one that's at 3,900, close to 4K, is his true gold rookie auto out of the set. But like I'm getting at, it's
every single auto in this set is over $1,000.
Yeah, that's great. But I'm just saying, like I said before, my fear is that right now is the peak of this market. And if at the peak of this market, I can't make my money back on my two box hits, and I paid close to, let's just assume $9,000 for the box, I'm upset. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be anywhere near this. If I found a box retail price, I would flip it for 9 to 10K. Make my quick 1K and move on.
That's a good way to think about it too. Like, is it smart to just not even rip it? Like if I could get it, if you were able to get it right now, instead of just rip, it's profit. You're profiting. If you have one box and you're selling it right now, you paid $8K for it. or you got it for 8K, you're instant profit. Why would you even open it?
Exactly.
I mean, you're opening it obviously because you're trying to get one of the 101s. I wouldn't open it. I would take the $2,000 and walk.
Same.
Now I have 9-10 grand when
Exactly.
I would
And
even
we
open
have
it.
data that, like, if I get an out of 50 patch auto, which is going to be my best hit out of the box, it's only going to get me half of my money back. Am
So
I going to
right
get
now,
something even better? Unlikely. But hey, man.
there's one on auction right now too. It's currently in auction by CB Hobby. So it says Topps Mercury rookie patch auto numbered out of 10. So this is I actually have to let me look at this. So this patch is just from his rookie season. Some of them are from his rookie debut, and then some of the patches are from his 1,000-point game or 1,000-point season game. 1,000 points in one game. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Jason.
But this card right now, so the RPA numbered out of 10, is currently sitting. It's got 1 day and 3 hours left, and it's sitting at $5,850.
Oh, at least you're getting closer to your investment.
Yeah.
For the
Now,
box.
let me ask you this: are you grading any? If you pulled that out of 10, are you grading it, or are you just selling it raw, like this person is?
Now that's a good question.
Because if it comes back a 10, and you sell this card for, let's say this card sells for $7,000, comes back a 10, you could be looking at 5 figures now. You should be looking at 5 figures
easily. You should
easily.
be looking at 5 figures.
You could be looking close to a 20 grand card because it's numbered out of 10 in a PSA 10.
Yeah, and it's Victor.
So
that's that's a great question. Like, but using my history of how I like to operate in the hobby, if I'm seeing that an out of 10 is selling for close to what I could get my money back for the box for, I would probably sell it. But if the out of 50 or out of 25 is selling for half the price of the box, I'm not content with making only half of my money back. I would prefer to send that card for grading, hope it gets a 10, and hopefully that one card can cover my price for the box. That's how I like to operate. But I don't know. What would you do if you had the out of 10? Would you grade it or would you sell it right away?
I'd probably just sell it right away. I would bank on. I would be obviously. I already know eBay prices. If you're buying this card, if you're buying this box, you know the prices. What's happening on eBay? I would sell it.
Okay.
I would sell it because if I risk it and say that now that card, what if that card comes back an 8?
Oh my god.
What if it comes back an 8? What if it comes back a 7? Like, you never know. I mean,
gotta crack.
You gotta just take the money. And now here's a big one. His rookie auto numbered out of 10, but it's the rookie of the year one, and I believe he wrote rookie of the year on this card.
Okay.
I don't think that's from the actual card. It's currently sitting. It's being sold by Jaya Listings. It's currently sitting with 2 days, 2 hours left, $9,149. So whoever pulled this card has already profited on their box.
That's great. All right. Finally.
I mean, it's that was a major pull. I'm pretty sure, he wrote Rookie of the Year on it because it's wrote in the same color of the marker that he wrote the card, or he signed it.
Okay.
So,
all right. See, that's the reason that people are buying the box. But what are the chances that I'm going to hit that card? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I wonder if he wrote Rookie of the Year auto on every single one of them, or if it was just because this one's numbered 1 out of 10.
Jersey number.
So I'm pretty sure he might have just done that one special, and they got lucky, man.
Yeah, exactly. They spent their 9 to 10K, and it hit.
And like we said, this is why people do it. And this is why, because it's always the what if. It's the what if we pull one of these cards and it basically just changes your life, or changes your hobby life. I mean, it could change your real life too, but like that. I'm telling you right now, that dual auto with him and LeBron, that's a life-changing card.
I think so too.
Even the logo man could potentially be life-changing. I mean, that card can pay off debt, man.
Lots of debt, yeah.
That card can pay off student loans. It can pay off, somebody's car payment, mortgage. This is why so many people have got into the hobby. This is why the hobby is growing at such a fast rate. And there's why there's so many people involved in it and trying to make a living out of it. Starting businesses is because this is life-changing money.
Yes.
And it's fun. And you get to have fun. You get to enjoy a podcast with your best friend, a business with your best friends. You can get to travel and go to different cities and meet, Cool.
Dang, that's awesome.
Learning the stuff on the go. That was cool. This is it's way more fun than buying probably a lottery ticket. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you.
But I'm saying it's just like you can have fun because you can still make money as you go, little bit and little bit. But one day it just lightning strikes and you get your card, and you get the card that changes your entire life.
Absolutely.
I dream about this.
Yeah, me too.
Literally fantasize about it
all day.
It keeps me up
at night. Keeps me up in the morning.
Yeah.
Gets me out of bed. Yeah, man. I completely agree.
Cry.
Yeah, that for sure. That's all anything ever does. So, yeah, of course, everything you said is true. That has to be the reason that people are buying the boxes. Like, I have $8,000 to $10,000 that I want to spend. I'm gonna try it on this Mercury box.
I'm hitting hitting my mic with my mug. I can't show my mug.
Yeah, exactly. Jason over there, very immature on the Jelly Cards podcast.
I always grab this mug too. I always grab this mug, and I make the mistake every time.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with you. For anybody out there who is buying the boxes, I really hope that you hit the 101 LeBron Wemby. But then, man, I was having this internal discussion with myself the other day. Like, if I hit the gold Young Guns Bedard 1/1, do I sell it? Like, going back to what you just said.
Wait, do you sell it or do you grade it? Or are you talking about like, I'm not selling it?
Bingo. That's what I'm talking about.
Not selling it?
Yeah.
And keeping it?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Exactly. I'd probably
Did you personally pull it or did we pull it?
Both. Well, if it's we, it's so much easier. But if it's me personally, then I have to answer to my wife and my family. But I know for sure that if my brothers and I pull it together, I feel like they have the sickness that I have, and they'll be like, "Yeah, now we're keeping it. We're keeping it forever, or at least until, like, I don't know, the kids grow up and they're like, okay, Grandpa, whatever, we're selling the card now." But that's what I mean. Like, if there's a Wemby collector out there, I hope that you're the one who hits it, and you're the one who says, "Nah, I'm keeping it. I don't want to sell it. I have the Wemby
or
LeBron."
One of those
LeBron
crazy, like you said, super LeBron collector who, hey, sorry guys, everyone's got Ken Golden's got to be chasing after you to get this card for you to sell it, and some people just are like, no, I'm not selling it.
That's who I want to hit it. But even if you are one of those people and you hit it and you do sell it, by all means, like,
who's oh man, I don't want to say the wrong name. The Arizona Diamondbacks, Ken Kendrick? No, what's his name?
Yeah, Kendrick. I don't know if his name is Ken though.
I can't remember his first name. But he would be the person that if he ended up getting his hands on that card, he would not sell it. He would just keep it, like all the rest of his crazy cards he has. All his
Ken.
Yeah, Ken Kendrick, all his like Honus Wagner cards, like, and he's just
PSA 10 Mickey. He's got the PSA 10 Hank Aaron. Yep. That's what I mean, man. That's what I was getting at. Like, if I hit the Bedard,
that's you in the future.
Yeah, I wish. I really wish. Like, I want the best cards in the hobby, and I want them in my collection, and that's how a lot of people operate. Yeah. And once you get those cards, you know how long and how difficult it was to get them, and you don't want to let go of them. So that's what collecting in its roots, I feel like, is and was. So if you're a collector who's buying the Wemby sets and you hit that 101, I hope it's the collectors who are like, nah, I don't care what you say, Ken Golden. I don't care what you say, Heritage, whoever. You want to tell me it can get $1 million? I don't care. I want to keep it because I'm building my collection.
Man.
But if I hit the 1/1 Bedard, I have a lot of pressure in my life now that I can't hold it. Like I'd have to sell it.
Yeah.
Which is really painful to say.
Well, let's transition into cards that you never really wanted to sell anyways.
Yep, exactly.
And we're going to talk a little MLB prospects. It's been a while since we talked MLB prospects on this podcast.
Too long.
I think this is actually will be our first time seeing each other face to face while we're talking MLB prospects, like on the recording. I know we've done them in person, but
damn, good point.
When we were sharing one mic.
Amateurs, man.
But yeah, we want to talk a little, MLB prospects now that obviously postseason baseball's getting going. But the MLB released the new top 100 prospect list, and of course, you always know the JELI boys are gonna do an episode on the podcast when the new rankings come out. So I just want to start off with this. Kudos to you in talking about Roman Anthony, because Roman Anthony is now MLB's number 3 prospect.
Higher than Marcelo.
Higher than Marcelo, man. But here's the thing, Marcelo's still number 7. That guy has been floating in the top 10. I mean, yeah, he's been a prospect for a really long time. He is in AAA, so he should be coming up in the near future. Your boy Jackson Jobe, number 5.
Oh, yeah.
Carson Williams stayed the same at number 4. Walker Jenkins, man, number 2. I mean, Dylan Cruz sitting at number 1, but he's already up in the majors, so you really can't even consider him. I mean, same with Jackson Jobe at number 5. You really can't talk about them being really on this, on this list anymore because they're already in the majors. But Jordan Lawler, again, I think he's in the majors too, Matt. I don't know why he's still
J-Dom too. Like, I don't know why they keep these guys on here for so long. That kind of makes me angry a little bit.
But so, like we always do, we pick prospects. We pick prospects from the list that we want to talk about. Mine, the 2 that I picked, are on the list. I didn't go venture out. I just stayed to the top 100. You ventured.
I did.
You did. All right. So, like I said, like we always like to do, we like to pick at least like 2 or 3 prospects, talk about, break down their bios, talk about their stats, and then obviously get into their card markets. And hey, these are, like we said, this is all opinion based. This is just what we look at when we go down the list of these, MLB prospects. If we see something that we like and the card markets are right, we jump at it. Mine are a little pricey. Mine are not like crazy pricey, but they're a little bit more on the pricey range, more than what I typically do. Because I usually try to find those like really cheap markets.
Nice.
Josue Paula at the time, Lazaro Montez at the time. So, but go ahead, give me your first prospect that you wrote down.
Okay, so for once, I did my homework for this podcast. Don't be mad at me, Professor Jason. I have 3 total. I have 1 in the top 100, and my other 2 are outside the top 100 for people.
So I picked 3 too, but my third one, I didn't really write anything down. More of a notable mention.
Okay.
Because he just got drafted this past draft. That's why. So there's really no cards on him. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. So my first pick is a Phillies prospect. Did you write down any Phillies players? Okay. So my first pick for people who are interested in looking at some of these prospect cards that are going to be...
Aiden Miller?
No, not Aiden Miller.
That was just the first one I saw.
Yeah. So the great thing about MLB releasing this top 100 prospect list...
Is it a pitcher?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Jason.
I just thought, knowing you.
Yeah. They do it now towards the end of the season. And like we've talked about many times, it is almost hunting season. It is almost time for you to go out there and buy some baseball cards. So the first guy that I want to talk about is Justin Crawford. Justin Crawford is a Phillies prospect. I think he's number 50-something on the top 100. And like we've also talked about many times, when it comes to investing in prospects, I try to stay out of the top 10. I try to stay out of the top 25, unless by some odd chance we find crazy value. Like you find a blue refractor auto of a top 10 prospect sitting at like $200. Then that's something that I get really interested in. So Justin Crawford is my first pick because he is only 20 years old. Yeah. He's 6'2". He's an outfielder. He's got some pop.
Oh,
and, yeah.
He's Carl Crawford's son.
Yeah, that's what I was
Damn.
gonna. Yeah, so I've noticed a pattern in the MLB that all these former MLB players, their sons are usually ending up to be pretty good baseball players. Bo
Yeah.
Bichette, Bobby Witt Jr., Jackson Holiday, all
Yeah.
these young players in the
Mhm.
MLB who Vladimir Guerrero Jr.,
Potentially Andrew Jones or
Drew
Drew
Jones,
Jones.
Vlad Jr., like
Yep.
their parents have history in MLB. They know what it takes to get to the pro level. So they're developing their kids pretty well, in my opinion. So Justin Crawford was my pick. He was drafted 17th overall by Phillies in 2022. And for the 2024 MILB stats, I'm just going to read off what I have here on the website. He had 457 ABs, 79 runs, 143 hits, 9 homers, 61 RBIs, 42 stolen bases, batted .313, on base of .360, OPS of .804. Now, he's not some like super power hitter, which is what I've mentioned before is what the hobby loves. But what I love most is that he hits for average.
Yeah.
And I guess combining his games here, he had 110 games this year, and he struck out roughly 90 times. Less strikeouts than games played, which is what I love a lot. In his 40 games in Double-A, which is where he finished, he had 3 homers, 26 ribbies, 11 walks to 29 strikeouts, and 15 stolen bases. He finished in 40 games in Double-A, batting .333. Right now, he's in the 50s. He's like a third, 55th ranked prospect.
Yep.
And the reason that I picked him is because I think when he comes back next year and he progresses into AAA, God, even if he gets to the majors, he's going to definitely jump up a bunch of numbers. His first Bowman auto in a PSA 10 sold recently, I guess a month ago now, actually. So on September 15th, his auto sold for $123.81 for his first Bowman auto in a PSA 10. Yep.
Wow.
And his refractor auto out of $499 sold on September 13th for $216.50. So combined, you're looking at probably like $350 for a base auto and a refractor auto and a PSA 10. And as the months go by and spring training comes around, I'm practically certain that card is going to be more expensive, even just coming out of spring training. And if he continues to do what I think he's going to do and he makes his way to AAA and eventually to the majors, I think that those cards are going to have some good value. So he was my first pick. He's the only one that's in the top 100 from my 3 that I chose. And I'm curious to know what your take is, Jason, on the pick.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, 20 years old. He's a career like 316 batter in the minors. I mean, he's got an ETA of 2026, so that makes him. He's gonna be what 22 years old possibly when he gets called up. I mean, Phillies are a great organization, winning
Exactly.
team. So he's an outfielder. It really kind of, I guess, depends on where they're gonna put him in the outfield. But it sounds like he's got some speed on him too with 42 stolen bases. So I'm sure he's probably going to be center fielder.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. And I like the prices. I mean, this is very reasonable. He's, I saw a Blue Crater refractor auto sell for $202.50.
Yeah.
Back in September. So yeah. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I think next year when spring training comes around and he does even better, those prices are going to be up. I hope.
Yeah.
We'll see. But go ahead. Who do you got, Jason? Mr. Muddy Bags over there?
So
Picks.
you'll probably like this one because he was one of the big pulls. Well, actually, he probably wasn't really considered a big pull last year in Skeen's set, but he was a first round overall pick. So I wrote down Bryce Eldridge.
Oh, hell yeah.
From San Francisco. One big thing, he came in as a two-way player.
Yep.
He came in as a two-way player. Obviously, the Giants, they have no interest in him pitching, which he really wanted to. He wanted to do both. They had him clocked. He averages between 92 and 94 with 96 as his peak on his fastball. Nice. And then he has a low 80s slider. I think he could have probably done it, but he originally, I think, also started off as an outfielder, but now they moved him to first base. Nice. But he was, so like I said, he was drafted in 2023. He was the first round pick, 16th overall by the San Francisco Giants. He's got an ETA of 2026. He's currently sits at first base, but he's 19 years old only. He's 19. Dude is 6'7".
Yeah, I know.
He's 6'7", 223, and he's currently MLB's number 35 ranked prospect. This is the big one that I liked. He started last year, well, this season in 2024 in Single A. You know where he finished? Triple A.
Yeah,
And he's 19.
I know.
19 years old. So he made his. This is a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, his ETA is 2026. So it surprises me. I think he only played like 9 games or something like that. And he only played 8 games in AAA.
AAA.
But still, I don't know why he would have a 2026 ETA. Are they gonna really keep him in AAA for the entire season next year? I don't think.
They probably should, because what Jason's trying to say there is 19-year-olds don't go to AAA. Too young. Average age of AAA is like 24,
you don't make
25,
it through the
maybe.
minors that fast, and he made it that fast. So another thing that I really liked is basically they scouted him at he can crush the ball out of any part of the ballpark. He's got a quick left-handed swing, so I think it's better for him to be a lefty playing at Oracle than it would be the righty, because it's a shorter porch. Obviously, they got to deal with the wall, but it's a shorter way. So I think actually being a lefty is not too bad. He's got a disciplined approach to the plate. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I mean, he's got really good power. Let's just go over his stats real quick. So his 2024 stats, he batted a 291, OBP of 374, slugged 516.
Awesome.
He had an OPS of 890. So he played in 116 games. He had 446 ABs, 76 runs scored, 130 hits. So that's really good. 130 hits in 116 games, 27 doubles. He even lugged out 2 triples.
Nice.
He had 23 home runs, 92 ribbies.
Beautiful.
He walked 59 times. He did strike out a lot at 132, but he still stole 6 bases.
Nice.
But at 19 years old, I can understand why he's probably striking out 132 times.
Exactly.
And also, I mean, he's got power. He's got, he can hit the ball. He can drive the ball. That's probably he's looking to do.
Exactly.
And he's still batting 291. So even though he's got a lot of strikeouts, that means a lot of his other hits are really, really good.
Yeah. The raw talent is definitely there.
Yeah. And then just for going into his card market. So his card market is pricey, which makes me believe that we are not the only people talking about Bryce Eldridge. His first Bowman Chrome green lava refractor, it was a auto numbered out of 99 PSA 10, sold on October 9th for $406.01.
Nice.
Yeah, and then his first Bowman Chrome refractor auto numbered out of 499 PSA 10, sold on September 29th for $370. And then he had a first Bowman Chrome Sapphire auto numbered out of 199 PSA 10, sell on September 25th for $461. So he is already a pricey pick, but I do see him moving up still. He's 19 years old. He's currently 35. I would not be surprised if by sometime next year he might crack the top 20.
Agree. Oh yeah.
So what do you think about them not wanting him to pitch?
I think
especially him coming in and saying, I can do this, like I can pitch. He's clocking at 96. I mean, he averages around 94, but he's clocking in at 96 on his fastball.
I want to check and see if he had any. Did he have any starts at all in the minors or no?
They have no interest in him pitching at all. He came in and they went, sorry, buddy, you're not pitching.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think Bubba Chandler, who, by the way, is like a top 20 prospect now, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was the same. He wanted to do both. The Pirates let him try, and eventually I think they just like, okay. It didn't go as planned, and now he's just strictly pitcher. But yeah, if credit to, I've already forgotten the guy's name, but there's, I think, one person in Japan who let Shohei do his Shohei things, and if that person did not, we would not have the situation that we have with Shohei. So I'm upset that the Giants didn't say, like, we can let you try like relieving or starting a game.
Not even in
Yeah,
single A. You wouldn't even
right.
let him just try it out in single A. No, nothing,
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like that.
nothing at all.
I wish they would have let him try just so that we get more people like Shohei in the MLB. But I love the
Yeah.
pick. Again, testament to everything that we've ever said on this podcast. Back when Bowman Draft came out, Bryce Eldridge was absolutely a quote-unquote chase, but no way he was this popular.
He was not the chase. We pulled one of his autos.
Yeah, exactly.
Sold it raw, but we pulled it.
Yep. So I'm just saying, like, if you're buying a case of Bowman Draft to rip, just, I don't know, hold on a little bit longer than you would like, is what I'm getting at here.
A big thing is a good thing to look at is if they're first round picks, hold on to them.
Yeah.
Hold on to them. Unless, we sold ours because it was terribly centered.
Yeah, really off-centered.
That's why we sold it. There was no point in sending it to get graded. It was very off-centered. It's not going to gem. Sell it while we can. Sell it while the set's hot.
Yep.
But a lot of these first-round picks, you don't have to rush out to just sell right away because let them play, let them build up hype, let them move up in the rankings, and then make your decision at that point. Because I don't see 2026 being the ETA for him. I would not be surprised if he started smoking it in AAA next year. Why he wouldn't be a midseason call-up. I don't think San Fran's too far away from being one of, a good team again. So, and they need something. They need a spark on that team. They need somebody to be coming in and, realistically, who's their best player on the team? Was it Matt Chapman?
Yeah, your boy. Sure.
Probably.
It probably was.
It was probably Matt Chapman. So, realistically, they need that that catalyst in the lineup, and maybe it could be 20-year-old Bryce Eldridge.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's a great pick, Jason. I think that market is going to go up.
Thank you.
If not as soon as next year, if he gets called up beginning of the following season.
And his cards are still reasonable. They sound high, but they are still reasonable. So they're not Jackson Holiday prices. They're not Ellie De La Cruz when they were Adley cards.
Volpe,
he's
Jordan
reasonable.
Walker. Yep.
Yeah. So,
exactly. I agree with you. Hell of a pick. Yeah. All right. So my next pick. I feel like, thanks to you, Jason, I've now been reinfected with my Bowman disease, and I'm looking at Bowman cards now, and I want to buy prospect cards.
Good.
Yeah. So my next pick, I really think that
out of the top 100,
outside the top 100, I really think that we should look into buying some of these cards.
What team?
Guardians. So another thing that I didn't mention it, but I added it into my criteria.
Travis Banana?
Hafner? He's back.
Travis Bazana?
Oh,
is that
dude.
His name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I wish.
Bananarama?
His cards are going to be expensive. Don't be joking. You'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be the best player in that draft, though.
Ooh.
Wait until I get to my notable mention.
Could be a freezing cold take or a super hot take.
Nah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay, so my pick. He is a Cleveland Guardians prospect, and
Jason Cheerios.
No, he is 18 years old.
Oof.
Yep. So he is not on the top 100 list. However, he is one of their top 30 prospects for the Guardians. My pick is Welbin Francisca. I don't know if you looked into his stats or you know anything about him, but Welbin Francisca.
Wow.
He finished the season at single A. He is, again, 18 years old. He turned 18 in May. And in 29 games at single A, he had 20 runs, 38 hits, 6 doubles, 1 homer, 15 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, 27 strikeouts in 29 games. He batted .325, on base of .402, slugged .402, OPS of .803. So, I am not certain, but I'm pretty sure that once this list gets updated again next year,
and he's a switch hitter?
Yep, switch hitter.
You're seeing a lot more switch hitters come into the league.
For sure. Shortstop / second base, so middle infielder, 18 years old. I think that when this prospect list gets updated next year, sometime next year, assuming, knock on wood, he keeps things up and he matures even more and gets better at baseball, he's going to be a top 100 prospect. Dare I say top 50, maybe. I think he has the potential.
Nice.
I picked him because, like we're trying to get at here, we're trying to help people make a little bit of money, hopefully a lot of money if we get really lucky. And on October 10th, which was just yesterday.
He's a tiny guy.
Yeah, I know. But still, he's got
5'8",
pop.
148.
Hey.
But he'll grow. He'll grow, and he'll probably add on like 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, and he's still got some pop. On October 10th, yesterday, his base auto in a PSA 10, first Bowman Chrome, which is in 2023 Bowman, sold for $56. $56.
Wait. Say that again?
His first Bowman auto, Chrome, PSA 10, sold yesterday for $56.
All right, I'm going to stop this recording.
I told you.
We have to have a JELI meeting.
Yeah, we need to buy some cards, in my opinion, of Welbin Francisca.
Wow, yeah, hell yeah.
October 7th, first Bowman Chrome auto, PSA 10, $46.
Wait, hold the phone.
She's got a kid.
Hey, DC Sports is selling one right now. Refractor.
I'm watching it.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down. If it goes, buy it.
On September 19th, we don't talk about Atomic enough, but Atomic, I think, is a really nice refractor or parallel. PSA 10, September 19th, out of 100. Auto, $178.50. I'm almost certain, again, could be wrong. God forbid, I hope I'm right for our Cleveland fans out there. I'm pulling for Cleveland to win the World Series. And again, like I was talking about, what I was getting at, I was trying to find players in associations that are like on the rise or are playoff contenders. And I feel like Cleveland has got a really nice thing going over there. So I think eventually he'll get called up. He will eventually, I hope, become like a perennial all-star starter for Cleveland for years to come. And I think he's going to be a popular prospect once these lists get updated again.
Yeah.
So he's my pick. Outside the top 100, because like we preached on our Baseball Cards 101 episode, prospecting requires research. And in that research, I found Welbin, and I think he's going to be a good player to have. Good players' cards to have. So he's my pick. And I'm curious to know what you think.
ETA of 2028 seems far.
Yes.
But that's possibly not going to happen. I mean, that's, it's just because he just turned 18 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So I
really like that. I mean, I'm down for a couple.
Yeah.
You know me, man. You don't even got to tell me.
Oh, man.
Just say you bought it, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, cool, man.
We're going for it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really good one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I think you're going to like this one a lot, though, too.
Hell yeah. Let's roll.
All right. So, my next one, he is still a top 100 prospect. He's number 66.
I like it already.
Yep. I am probably going to butcher the name. Celestin. I hope I pronounced that right. So he's a shortstop. He's a prospect for the Seattle Mariners. He's a shortstop. He was signed back in January of 2023. He also has an ETA of 2028. He's 19 years old, 6'1", 175. And like I said, he is the number 66th ranked prospect on their MLB Top 100. Now, a perfect thing about him, he was the number 2 ranked prospect in MLB's Pipeline International class for 2023. They also said he was scouted as having the highest ceiling of any international shortstop in over a decade.
Awesome.
He is also a switch hitter.
Yeah.
They say he's better from the right side of the plate, and he has a slightly better hit tool than power. So obviously he's not a super big power guy, but he's going to be a good hitter. They also, and this was one that I really like the most, because you don't see too many of the MLB bios saying this, but they said he could become Seattle's top prospect, and he also could be a top MLB prospect. They actually put that in the bio. And like I said, you don't see that very often, that they say this kid's going to move up.
Yeah.
Like he is going to move up. Oh, and then if you get into his current stats, so his stats for 2024, he only played in 32 games. But in 32 games, he batted .352, had an OBP of .431. He slugged .568. And his OPS was .999. So he had 125 ABs, 30 runs scored, 44 hits, 10 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs, 27 ribbies. He walked 18 times, struck out 28 times, and stole 5 bases.
Love it.
I think what I also read is that he is, where is it? I think they said like he is going to, out of all the prospects that Seattle has at the shortstop position, he is the one that's going to be the one. He's the one that's going to stay there.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing too, because a lot of times you see a lot of shortstops get drafted and then they end up getting moved to third base, or second base is a real big thing. But they're saying that he is going to stay at short. But however, I'm actually kind of surprised by his card market, just because he does sit at 66. I was a little shocked that his card market was kind of pricey. But his first Bowman Chrome Green Lava Refractor Auto, numbered out of 99, PSA 10, one sold on October 6th for $410. He had a first Bowman Chrome Refractor Auto, numbered out of 499, PSA 10, sell on September 17th for $300. And then just his regular first Bowman Chrome Auto, PSA 10, sold on September 3rd for $152.50. Not bad.
Not bad at
Not
all.
bad. So that's my second pick. Yeah, I really dislike that I didn't find somebody like your last one, because you know me, I like finding, but when I'm going through it, I mean, kids only, both these prospects I picked, they're only 19 years old. Obviously, yeah, like I said, he's got an ETA of 2028, so he's got some time. But the fact that they're already saying he's going to be the Mariners' number one prospect, like he will be the Mariners' number one prospect at some point. I don't know what they're going to do with Cole Emerson, though, because Cole Emerson is currently their number one prospect. He's also 19, and he plays shortstop.
Yeah, he's a good player, too.
But apparently they look at Celestin and say, nah, like Colt's going to get moved, not you.
Right. Hell of a pick,
I
Jason.
don't know, man.
I love it. Hell yeah. Great find. I had no idea that his base autos were sitting at like $120 in a PSA 10.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
like
I thought they were going to be more.
Those are very, yeah, they're affordable. Yeah, maybe trying to go out and get a numbered out of 99 might not be reasonable to some people, but first Bowman Chrome Auto around like $150.
I'm in.
That's doable. It's doable, especially like we always go back to, especially when Jordan Walker and Anthony Volpe were selling for $1,500.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Good find, Jason. Good pick. Yeah, I didn't know all the stuff that you were saying, like that they think that he's going to be a top prospect. He has like the highest ceiling in 10 years at the shortstop position. I think that's great. And I really hope that it works out for them and it works out for him. Great pick. I'll try to be quick because I know that we've been talking for a long time now. But my honorable mention is, again, I heard your coffee mug hit the mic there. Somebody outside the top 100. And like I've been going on here, I picked another player who's on a playoff team. And I really love his card. His name is Hao-Yu Lee. Hao-Yu Lee. HAO/YU Lee. He is in AA for the Tigers. Again, playoff team.
Yep.
And just to read off his 2024 stats, he had 342 ABs, 102 hits, 12 homers, 56 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. He batted .298, OPS of .851. Second base, 21 years old. I think that once this prospect list gets updated again, his cards will be more expensive. And the reason I love his cards, if you are looking at them, is because he signs his autos
in kanji.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be wrong. I don't know if it's kanji or if it's another language.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's not in English, so that's what I really love, and I really want to buy a bunch of his cards. His, I'm trying to find auction because I feel better giving auction prices. So on September 16th, his refractor auto out of $4.99 in a PSA 10 sold for $79. And even before that, September 24, his speckle auto out of $2.99 in a PSA 10 sold for just $70. So he's 21 years old, granted 21 years old in AA. I'm thinking that they're going to move him up to AAA next year eventually. I think he's going to crack the top 100, and I think he's going to be a great prospect to buy. Hao-Yu Lee. Haoyu Lee. He's in the Phillies uniform on his card, but I think he was traded to Detroit.
He was signed by the Phillies, yeah.
Yep. And now he's in Detroit's minor league system, and I think that his card market is going to go up as the time goes on. So
nice.
My honorable mention is him outside the top 100.
Yeah.
Now let's see what you got, Mr. Hot Takes over there.
Okay. So, yeah, we can end on this one. Like we were talking about, with Travis Bananarama.
Bananas and pajamas.
Yeah. So obviously we know that, obviously a new draft class is coming in for, this Bowman draft. However, now we all know Travis, he's going to be the number one pull. Like we all know that he's ranked like 12th already in MLB's top 100. However, there is somebody else. He was a first round pick, but there is somebody else on this top 100 list that I personally believe is going to be a major sleeper. He could end up being affordable, or he could end up being super expensive. People might know who he is. When I was looking, I came across Nick Kurtz.
Coach Kurtz?
Coach Kurtz.
Yeah.
Nick Kurtz. So he is currently a first baseman for the prospect for the Oakland Athletics, soon to be Las Vegas Athletics. He's 21 years old. He was drafted, like I said, in 2024. He was the 4th overall pick. So his ETA is 2026. Surprised that it's not 2025 because he is already 21 years old. But I just want to go over his stats real quick for 2024. So he only played 12 games in 2024, okay? He batted a .368 in 12 games. His on-base percentage was .520. He slugged .763. His OPS in 12 games was 1.283.
What is going on?
He had 38 ABs. So in 12 games, he scored 14 runs. He had 14 hits, 3 doubles, 4 out of his 14 out of his 12 games, he had 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. He walked 12 times. He did strike out 10 and had 1 stolen base.
It's pretty good. Holy crap.
I mean, dude, I was like, wait, what? Even though it's 12 games.
Yeah, very small sample size.
14 hits in 12 games.
What
he
level?
Walked 12 times. He finished in AA. So he had 7 games at single A, and then he played 5 games at AA.
Dude, impressive. Okay, I'll give you some kudos there.
So, in my personal opinion, I think even though Travis is going to be the number one, he's going to be the number one chase. I personally, if we open a Bowman draft, I'm going to be ecstatic when we pull some Nick Kurtz cards, if he's in the set.
Yeah, exactly.
They might toss him in Bowman or something, but he is that's why I put him as a notable mention. He doesn't have obviously any cards out yet, but watch out for Nick Kurtz, man.
Good pick, Jason. Dang.
So we can end on that, and you can take us away.
Okay. Oof. Yeah, no, I'm not alone. We are not alone. So, thank you, everybody, for listening. Final thoughts. This podcast episode originally was dedicated, first part was to the Topps Mercury set that just came out with Victor. Victor Wembanyama basically got a whole set dedicated to him by Topps. Jason and I were just talking about the box prices, the hits, because now these cards are hitting the eBay markets and we're seeing what they're selling for. So by all means, please reach out. If you're out there and you're buying into Topps Mercury, like we said, the boxes retail for about $8,000 and you get 8 cards. And The autos are selling for at least 4 figures. They're selling for 1,000 to 2,000. If you get really lucky, they're selling even higher. So let us know what you think. Where do you see these card prices going? Do you think they're going to stay this high? Do you think that they're going to get higher? Do you think they're going to get lower? And just let us know your thoughts. I wish and I hope that anybody who's pulling any Victor Autos and opening up these boxes, I hope you get one of the last few great hits left. We mentioned that the Jumpman Logo Man was already hit. His Superfractor non-auto was hit. 101 auto with Victor and CJ Stroud was hit. So there aren't many hits left. And we talked about how we think that the price on the boxes is going to start going down, especially once the LeBron dual auto gets hit. So that was that. And then, like Jason said perfectly, we entered and started talking about our bread and jelly, our bread and butter, which is prospecting. The MLB came out with a new top 100 prospect list. We picked some players on the top 100, and then we also went beyond the top 100 because this is what JELI Cards does. We are prospecting researchers, and we want to find some good value. Jason had some good picks. He even threw in there late. He threw in a 2024 draft pick, which is going to hopefully be a chase in 2024 Bowman draft when that comes out. So if you're a prospect hunter, let us know what you think. Let us know if you see other players on the top 100, outside the top 100, who you think their market is something you can capitalize on. If you're willing to share that info with us, we love it. That's what we're trying to do here. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Jason. Sorry that we couldn't record on a normal day. So much crap is always going on that it's tough to find time to breathe some days. So thank you, everybody. You can reach us on our social media platforms at JELICards, JELICARDS, on Instagram, on X, aka Twitter, on YouTube as well, which is where this podcast will also be up on. Please listen to this podcast on both Apple and Spotify. Give the podcast a rating if you enjoy it. We would really appreciate that. I still have a goal of getting us to 50 ratings on Apple or Spotify by the end of the year, so I hope we can make that happen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jason. Hope we have an amazing weekend and amazing week ahead. And as always, keep spreading the love of this hobby from your friends at JELI Cards.